We are 23 more days to the Hall of Fame game for the NFL. 23. I am counting. I can't wait to see a little contact sport. Can't wait to see, a couple of tackles, a couple of passes. Fans going crazy up in Canton, Ohio. Can't wait to see people get elected to the Hall of Fame in their speeches. I just can't wait. I miss football. I do. And it's cool. Got summer league going on. Baseball season's about to hit the All-Star break. And right afterwards, that's when it's really starting to get ramped up there. Wimbledon was on for the last couple of weeks. That's fine, but it's just something about football, like the NFL type football. I can't wait. I miss it. I miss you, NFL. I miss you. I do. I'm not afraid to admit that at all. Man. All right. JGoodSports was here. JGoodWithSports here. Look, listen. So, apparently, ESPN, asked, 50 execs, coaches, and scouts of who their top 10 quarterbacks are, and so they released a list. And I'm not the happiest camper with this list. And I'm going to go over that list, and then I'm going to give you my list. It's just topic of discussion. And I don't know what criteria, these guys based their list on, because I'm pretty sure, it's all, subjective and just different strokes for different folks based on how they, wanted to rank these guys. And then when I get to my list, I'll let you know how I did mine. And I feel like some with mine are interchangeable, just more so, just put them in a place to let them know that they belong in this list. So, all right. So according to ESPN, with these 50 execs, coaches, and scouts, top 10 list consists of number 1, Aaron Rodgers. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Josh Allen. Number 4, Tom Brady. Number 5, Joe Burrow. Number 6, Matthew Stafford. Number 7, Justin Herbert. Number 8, Russell Wilson. Number 9, Deshaun Watson. Number 10, Dak Prescott. So, automatically, the first thing for me, what's wrong with this list is, where in the world is Lamar Jackson? Now, I get it. Last year was probably not a good year for Baltimore and maybe Lamar Jackson overall. However, in my eyes, he is automatically better than Dak Prescott any day of the week and twice on Sunday. And for Lamar Jackson not to be on this list, I feel like it's disrespectful. Lamar Jackson won an MVP. Lamar Jackson, each year, to me, has gotten better as a pocket passer, and he's still elite at making plays with his legs to be a playmaker. There's no one else on this list that has that type of skill set as Lamar Jackson. And so, for a person to be omitted off that list based on the things that he's already accomplished in his career, and to see somebody like Dak Prescott, it doesn't sit well with me. All right, so second thing, I would say numbers 1 through 4 for me, and I heard someone say this yesterday, are kind of interchangeable. And I get that. Now, this is not a list to where, if you had to pick, a quarterback right now to start your franchise, like, no, that doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter right now. Just more so about, I guess for me, ability. What have you done for me lately? Recent accomplishments. The eye test. That's how I'm going to base it. But yeah, between Rodgers, Mahomes, Allen, and Brady, they're kind of all interchangeable to me. So when I come with my list, it's like I said, it's all interchangeable. I do definitely have those 1 through 4. So however you want to slice it and dice it at that point. Joe Burrow being number 5, that's the other one that bothers me. Like, look, I know the guy, caught fire last year. The whole Cincinnati Bengals team did. They were second half, they were a second half elite football team, especially in the playoffs. Ask Patrick Mahomes what happened. Ask Ryan Tannehill what happened. Yeah, but as we know, Ryan Tannehill has no business nowhere near sniffing this list. I don't even know if he can, wipe his own butt with this list. I didn't say that. But the point is, like, as good as Joe Burrow was to me and to a lot of people, to say that he's a top 5 quarterback right now, that's one of those pump the brakes. Because I don't see him better than Matthew Stafford. A part of me is having a hard time seeing him better than Russell Wilson. And if Deshaun Watson didn't sit out for a year, I'm pretty sure I have Deshaun Watson a lot higher than Joe Burrow right now. And then you can make an argument that Justin Herbert could be better than Joe Burrow. There is a strong argument for that. I don't know if I'm going to be the one to make the argument. But if somebody came up to me and say, hey, I like Justin Herbert better than Joe Burrow, I would not disagree with him whatsoever. He definitely has a very good point to feel that way. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, the two that sticks out to me the most, no Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow rank so high. So I guess without further ado, I'm going to get into my list. All right, number 1, I got Patrick Mahomes. And at that point, that's just based off of ability. I guess recent accomplishments. Patrick Mahomes, there's a reason why he's the half a billy man on his contract. And I guess this year we definitely going to see how good he really is without Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill makes any quarterback's job life a lot easier. And as good as Marcus Valdez-Scantling is MVS, and I guess Juju and Mecole Hardman, Josh Gordon if he's on the field, the rookie they just drafted, whomever, as good as all of them are, they're not Tyreek Hill. No one in the NFL is Tyreek Hill. So we're going to find out how good he is without Tyreek Hill. Can Travis Kelce still get open the way he does? When the play breaks down, can Mahomes extend the play a little longer until some of the other receivers get on the same page? Are those windows that used to be so big, when they shrink, can he still put the ball on the money? We're going to find out and I believe in his ability to make things happen, so he can continue to be an elite quarterback that he is right now. So that's where I'm at with Patrick Mahomes. But like I said, those names 1 through 4 are interchangeable. Because number 2, who I have on this list, I mean, I can make a strong case for him being number 1, and I almost did. Josh Allen. I mean, he has all the attributes physically. He's got the body. He got the legs. He definitely has the arm strength, without a doubt. Intangibles are there. For what it's worth, I mean, Josh Allen beat the Kansas City Chiefs last year in the playoffs. I just felt like the Buffalo Bills defense forgot how to play defense for 13 seconds. Or 17, however long. It wasn't long. For a few seconds, they forgot how to play defense. Especially on Travis Kelce. Yeah, Josh Allen is that dude. I guess my only knock for him, and he knows it, turning over the ball. If he can limit that, just shave some of that fat off, that turnover vibe off, just shave it off a little bit. Yeah, I at that point I feel like there is no argument for him being the number 1 quarterback. And I guess outside of that, if we talking about accomplishments here, I guess go win MVP and or Super Bowl this year, which he is capable of doing both. Because I feel like the Buffalo Bills are the best team in the AFC right now. Even with that gauntlet of a division out west, I feel like the Buffalo Bills are the best team in the AFC. All right, so number 3, I got Aaron Rodgers. I have seen Aaron Rodgers for a long time, at least twice a year, and probably more. I am sick of Aaron Rodgers, but the man is phenomenal. That man does a lot of things well. That man almost turns water into wine at times, almost. More importantly, this man doesn't turn over the football at all. He gets the most out of his players. He turns, D and C wide receivers into B+/A- wide receivers. I guess the only knock against him really is the playoffs. Because outside of that Super Bowl run, it's been over a decade ago, they haven't really done anything at all. And they definitely can't beat the 49ers in the playoffs. Like, that doesn't happen. So I guess we're going to see what Aaron Rodgers will be able to do with the likes of Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, Sammy Watkins, Christian Watson, Robert Tonyan. We're going to see if this, bad man is still a bad man. Number 4, Tom Brady. For him being basically 45 years old, I mean, he's still out here, doing his thing. I mean, at this point, he's like Yoda from Star Wars. He's just a wise old man. But he still looks kind of young. He's just wise. It's like he been through all the scenarios. He isn't rattled by anything. You have to play a full 60 minutes against this man. Otherwise, he's going to make you pay. I mean, at this point, it's just, will his physical attributes hold all the way up? I mean, I know the man doesn't, really gets knocked down. As in, he doesn't take a lot of sacks because his line is phenomenal. He knows how to get the ball out quickly, but I just want to know how many more hits can he take at this point. I would never say he'll fall off a cliff because that's not happening. Definitely not Max Kellerman over here, but at some point, Father Time's going to start knocking. I mean, we'll see. But until then, yeah, Brady's in my top 4 for sure. Can't deny it. Now at 5, I got the quarterback that beat him in the playoffs, Matthew Stafford. I feel like last year was his coming out party. Matthew Stafford. I seen a lot of Matthew Stafford as well, at least twice a year. And he always had the physical attributes of being a great quarterback, just toxic environment. Detroit is not a winning environment. It seemed like it's a graveyard for Hall of Fame players. Now, for Matthew Stafford's sake, I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame or not. But if he's going to make the Hall of Fame, he has a 100% better chance of doing so in LA for the rest of his career than Detroit. Now, Stafford, for the most part, is very consistent. At times he can be a turnover machine, but I guess playing with Sean McVay, playing with the running game, the defense, the elite wide receivers, I mean, it just makes his job and his life a lot easier. He did enough to beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. And he did enough to beat Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl. So yeah, I have Stafford number 5. Now, for me, 6, 7, and 8 are interchangeable here. I have Joe Burrow at number 6, and like I said, they're all interchangeable. Joe Burrow, for me, week 2 of his rookie season, I found out that he was not the worst quarterback in the AFC North. He was already better than Baker Mayfield to me at that point. And as we fast forward later, I mean, from a pure quarterback perspective, he is the best quarterback in the AFC North. From a pure quarterback perspective. And that's just for this exact moment. This moment. I mean, he has all the intangibles, including leadership. These guys want to run through a brick wall for this man. He knows how to make the right plays. He's not afraid to make a mistake. He has amnesia out there. He's a winner. It's kind of hard to beat that. Number 7, I have Justin Herbert, who probably from a physical standpoint has better tools than Joe Burrow. I just need to see the man in the playoffs. He just got to get his team to the playoffs. And there's no excuse for the Chargers to make the playoffs this year. You don't have any excuse. They revamped the defense. Defense on paper is a lot better. Justin Herbert's progression should come through, and he should be a lot better quarterback than he was the first couple of years, which is a scary thing to think of. You still got your wide receivers. Still got Austin Eckler. Herbert, you just got to get to the playoffs. Get there. Number 8, Lamar Jackson. Like I said, he's interchangeable with Burrow and Herbert to me. This is the most dynamic weapon at the quarterback position. For me in fantasy football, he's a quarterback and a running back at the same time for my team. He makes the Baltimore Ravens offense tick. He makes them go. You have to respect him. Yeah, he can get a little bit better passing the football, but for what it's worth, a lot of people didn't think he'll, be this good. I mean, he was the 5th quarterback selected in his draft class. And there's only 2 quarterbacks from his draft class that's currently on this top 10 list. 2 other ones are like battling against each other to save their career, and the other one fizzled out like 3 years ago. And Lamar Jackson's going to get a super bag when it's all said and done. So yeah, he only has 1 playoff win, and that's probably like really his only knock. Just basically get it done in the playoffs. I mean, it's doable. Lamar Jackson has the ability to really climb this list. I know last year was a bad year for the Ravens, but we're going to see what the future holds this year. Because they had a really good draft in the offseason. I expect that Ravens defense to be top-notch. So we're going to find out. Number 9 is Russell Wilson. Let Russ Cook is in Denver, Mile High City. Look, last year, it was 2 tales of Russell Wilson. Before the injury and afterwards. Before, he looked good to me. There was no problems. Accuracy was on point. Making plays. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett was, getting their numbers. Team was still in the thick of things in the division. You couldn't ignore the Seahawks. This man gets hurt. Seahawks go down the toilet. He comes back. Clearly not himself. Clearly. Tried to force the issue. Didn't pan out. So, Russ, who never won an MVP, but he has won a Super Bowl. For me personally, should have won 2 Super Bowls had they just gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch. But anyway, Russell still, at his age, I think 32, 33, whatever it is, still a really good quarterback. And I feel like, him being in Denver now, new scheme, new weapons, fresh start, in a division that is the best in football, that you got to come and play week in, week out for these 18 weeks. I think Russ definitely has a chip on his shoulder. He got something to prove. And I feel like his position on this list is appropriate. Number 10. I have Mr. Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Deshaun Watson hasn't played over a year. And that's the only reason why I don't have him in my top 5. Because the last time he was on the field, that man was a top 5 quarterback. That man was putting up elite numbers on a sorry Texans team that stripped him bare of weapons at the time. That man made lemonade with a couple of lemons, no sugar, but it still came out pretty sweet. Deshaun Watson is special. I guess the only thing is just the rust factor. Like, how rusty are you and when are you going to be able to play? That's the only 2 things. Other than that, once he gets his footing back, once he get back in the thick of things, I wholeheartedly believe that he's better than Wilson, Jackson, Herbert, Burrow, and probably Matthew Stafford. But as of right now, we got to see it, man. It's been a while. We got to see it. We got to see it. So yeah, that's my top 10 list. I am curious to hear what your top 10 lists are. If you choose to do one, I did post this in our Facebook group. So yeah, definitely join the conversation there. All right, Thursday, we just see what unfolds here in the sports world. Even though it's a little slow, but we're going to keep it moving. I said 23 more days to the Hall of Fame game. I cannot wait. I miss football. Follow your boy at JGoodWithSports, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Continue to support your boy. Continue to check me out right here on the No Offense Radio app with the No Offense Network. All right. You all have a great day. Be safe, be productive. Don't let anybody kill your vibe. And I'll get back with you soon. Peace.